Welcome back. It's Andrew, your crypto guy on the internet, and we have a lot to cover since I've been here. So much stuff has happened. Hopefully, you've been making money on this run lately, or maybe you're just coming around and you're interested because you finally see some big numbers again. I'm going to give you a lay of the land, where we are and where I think we're going. So with Bitcoin, to review, ridiculously powerful rally up to previous all-time highs of 69,000 and some change. And as soon as we hit the previous all-time high, we ran into a big sell wall, which is to be expected, and bumped our head hard. So in a matter of hours, we went from 69,000 to 59,000, and right here is exactly when I got stopped out. This is me going, fuck, like in my apartment far away from you, okay? And then it went right back up to where we were. And we're probably going to try again at 69,000 here pretty soon. Overall, though, I'm impressed by this effort. Don't let people tell you that it's the end. There was already posts on Twitter. Like I said, this all happened over about 4 to 5 hours. It's over. We're doomed. We're going down here. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? That's ridiculous. If you hit the previous all-time high, that's the last known number. So people are gonna place a sell box there. And I actually took some profit here, but I was still long in all my other positions, thinking we could just keep going. I was off doing something else. I didn't think we'd hit 69,000 so fast. So I went to work and came back and got my head smashed. But overall, I felt good because I knew that we were healthy. We were gonna keep going. It's all right. A personal sacrifice. I can take it. Where are we in the cycle? So the cycle, the way the money moves, to reiterate, it's Bitcoin first, then Ethereum, then the top altcoins, then mid caps, and then small caps. Small caps are your ridiculous memes, your gaming token coins. People are selling pictures of monkeys for $1 million. That's the end of the bull run. So right now we're in the first stage of it. And we're moving along pretty fast, like faster than usual. Bitcoin already tapped previous all-time highs, and the halving event is still like a month away. So Bitcoin's story is not over. If you want to buy now, you think you're late to the party, I personally think it's always a good time to buy Bitcoin. I much rather you would have listened to us earlier when it was, 16, 17,000 or even 40,000. But hey, if you buy some now and you plan on sitting on it for a couple of years, it's still a good idea, in my opinion. And I'll go on the record and say that. If I got extra money to spend, I'll always put a little into Bitcoin. So we had a big sell-off. BlackRock bought it all back up, and along with a lot of retail. And so when you see a sell-off like this, usually that means it's going to be down sideways for a while. We find some new accumulation, then try again slowly. But that's not what happened. It was boom, 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 like right back. Because the buy pressure is so strong. There's not enough to go around. And these ETFs, the demand they create compared to the amount of Bitcoin being made by miners is not even close. It's like 10 to 1. And when this halving event happens in a month, that seesaw is going to get even more lopsided unless these miners vastly increase their computing power to try to make more Bitcoin. But when you lead up to the halving event, this is generally what I think will happen. When the halving event happens, you'll have a sell-off for two reasons. One is the buy the rumors, sell the news classic move, right? You're watching the price lead up to an exciting narrative. Those people bought in early. It hits the moment, they sell, and they take their profit. The other part of the sell-off will be from miners who are also in two camps. Some of these miners, after this halving, will no longer be profitable. So they're just going to sell off the Bitcoin they have and do something else. And then the other half of the miners will sell off some Bitcoin to get liquidity to invest in more equipment. Now, a lot of those miners already did that when we hit the $48,000 peak. We saw a bunch of miners sell during that buy the rumor, sell the news event, so they could upgrade for this upcoming halving event. But the stragglers who haven't upgraded yet will do it this time. And then the show continues. Because the story of Bitcoin hasn't changed at all. You had the narrative of the ETFs launching. That happened. Very good. Then you have the halving event. That happened. Very good. And that, just those two, sends us to the moon. But then, January 1st of 2025, banks can hold Bitcoin on their balance sheet, if there's any left by then. And that's when you start hitting the peak of this bull run. I say somewhere around September of 2025, where I'm calling $230,000 for Bitcoin's peak price. And then once we hit that range, that's the peak. Then we fall. Like the bottom of the next, you know how the market goes up like this in a cycle, everything oscillates? I think the peak of September 2025 is like 230,000, and then it comes down to around where we are now, like 70,000. That's what I see us moving forward with Bitcoin's price. We're going up, 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 up. But throughout that whole bull run will be several 20 to 30% corrections. And these are blessings. When you see this and people panic, you go, good, because I finally get a chance to buy some. So that people had buy orders ready for whenever it came down substantially. They see this previous accumulation zone, right? We go up here and their buy orders still sitting around here waiting. And so it starts to fall and boop, it buys it right up and it goes back again. So every time we create a new accumulation zone, like a rung on a ladder, there are buys waiting there now for people like you and me who are trying to get a chance. If it goes too high, they're priced out. They don't get another chance. So if you come down 20, 30%, ooh, you get to buy a little and ride it back up. So the corrections are a good thing. And if you think you're already priced out, hey, maybe you are. If you buy a tiny fraction of a Bitcoin, it's still better than nothing. You might as well have some, because pretty soon you won't be able to get any. But let's say you're into altcoins. Most of you are into altcoins because they're a far more approachable price, and you think there's a lot more potential room to run, right? Cool. Where are we in the cycle? Well, the first clue is the BTCD chart. BTCD. This is the chart for Bitcoin's dominance of the total crypto market cap. So if you imagine all the cryptos, 53% of its value is just in Bitcoin. So Bitcoin has a dominant lead right now, right? So you have 2.2 plus million cryptos on CoinMarketCap. They go on forever. But Bitcoin is 53% of the total value of all of this nonsense. So when you see it way up here, Bitcoin's going to get the lion's share of the liquidity, right? And you're probably going to see an overall bullish trend on this chart because of those ETFs. But when this chart comes down, that's money moving to the altcoins. Or at least the altcoins are getting bigger in size compared to Bitcoin. The altcoin season, in my opinion, doesn't really happen until this chart comes down quite a bit. Like I'm looking for, let's see here. See when it tanked like this? I mean, everything was falling back then, but when this chart goes down, that money moves to altcoins, and I want to see this like 48, 47%, 50% or lower. That's when you're going to see first your top altcoins jump, then your mid caps, then your small caps, and then your goofy gaming tokens and people selling pictures of monkeys for $1 million. All right? That spells the end of the cycle. So right now we're in the beginning. We have Bitcoin going up. The second thing that always happens is Ethereum goes up. And look at Ethereum's chart. Very impressive. What are we up now? 60% in a month on Ethereum? Ethereum is boring, and we're still up that. Here's February to now. 66% in a month. So it goes Bitcoin first, then Ethereum, then the top altcoins. You're thinking like Avalanche, Solana. What else do I have on my watch list? Render is a new face, but man, is he taken off. If AI were the new gold rush, then Render is selling pickaxes and shovels. So when you see Nvidia jump, you tend to see render go up, and render goes up with crypto overall. But this has been on an absolute tear. And how's Nvidia doing? Oh my goodness, 926. When I saw $400 here, I was like, way too high. This is going to correct. We're in a bubble. It's all fake. And the bubble continues. I mean, I don't know how much longer this is going to go. We're seeing CEOs left and right, JP Morgan selling off his personal stock. Like, something's going to happen, okay? This bubble's going to burst. But, you know, while it's still inflating, we make that money. So, Bitcoin, fortunately, has its own unique story. There's no bubble, really. There's a strict supply on it. And you got BlackRock and governments fighting over it. So, we're kind of in our own little bubble over here. But they're real numbers. It's hard numbers and code. So yeah, Bitcoin is technically a risk-on asset, but you could say it's the least risky asset. It's the only one that's not led by some person who could be corrupted or scandalized, right? So Bitcoin's doing great. Ethereum's picking up. That tells me that pretty soon we should be looking at these top altcoins. And if you're already thinking ahead, you're getting some Chainlink, some Avalanche, some Solana, Matic. Those are coins that you want to have in your bags, in my opinion. Not financial advice, but those are the big boys that I'm holding. You got some meme coins like Bonk and Pepe have been absolutely insane for really no reason. I was a little confused because we kind of skipped a step. We went right from Bitcoin exploding to some memes exploding. And we kind of skipped over the top altcoins. I mean, they saw some gains, but they have a lot more room to run. I was not expecting, smaller caps like Pepe and Bonk to explode so quickly. And generally, that spells the end of a bullish trend. So I was a little worried by this. I need to see the money move into the top alts first to sustain the pattern we've always had, and that'll give me more confidence. So, listen. The small caps and the memes are going to do whatever the hell they want, and it's a total casino. Like, I don't recommend hanging out there for too long. It's like going and partying with total strangers in Vegas. It's either really fun or you lose everything and they never find you again. So if you want to play around for the hell of it, you can do your Pepe and Bonk. I certainly do long trades on them every once in a while. I'm in and out quick, though. Okay, I don't hold this stuff for over days. I mean, it's ridiculous. Each candle can swing like 20%. It's wild. I'm looking forward to things like Solana going back to the previous all-time highs. And they have some room to run. Where are we? Bitcoin already touched its previous all-time high. Ethereum has another $1,000 to go. The previous all-time high is like, what, 4,900? We're 1,000 away from that. Okay, good sign. Solana has even more room to run. What was this? The all-time high is 250, 260? Down 40%-ish from there. Avalanche. Yeah, this one's definitely got room to run. All-time highs around 140s. Down 60-70% from there. Jeez. It's not like we're down 80% and it's looking bad. Like right here, it's not looking good. You know what's going to happen. But we're on a strong bull run. There's really not much volume in the near future. I see us continuing on up to probably mid-60s here pretty soon. So I'm excited for Avalanche. Chainlink has the great CCIP narrative. I got a bunch of Chainlink. I'm sitting on that. I got a big pile around, I want to say like $8. So I'm happy with the Chainlink. But their all-time high was pretty modest. At like around $50. And, we're not even halfway there. And this should go far beyond this by the end of this bull run, in my opinion. If you're in the altcoins, your time's coming. Ethereum's, he's coming up next because Ethereum has that spot ETF play, and that's going to get delayed to oblivion, and I don't think that's going to get approved as easily as the Bitcoin one, and that was not easy. Ethereum doesn't even need a tailwind to go up, and because it's strongly in second place. It's the number one altcoin. It has been for a long time, and I don't see that changing anytime soon, especially with the spot ETF rumors that are coming together. People are looking at it seriously now. And you might just ride Ethereum up for a year or two based entirely on that narrative. That's what we did with Bitcoin last year. So Bitcoin was at 16, 17,000. They're talking that spot ETF again. And we were riding that wave all the way up till 48,000 when it actually launched. So if Ethereum can do something similar, you might as well get some of that and just sit around and wait. But the last thing I want to tell you about, I don't play any crypto-related games, but Crypto Face texted me and he says, "Hey man, I know you're into Hearthstone, and I've invested in this game called Lords of Light." And he got me into it, man. This game is pretty rad. Now, if you're not into digital card games like Hearthstone or Magic or Gwent, you're probably not going to be into this. But if you are, this is the game for you. So it plays just like the early days of Hearthstone, but it's all crypto-y related stuff. Like, this is CZ, you can play Janet Yellen, you can play Jerome Powell. My deck right now is like a Freezing deck. If you're into the crypto stuff, you'll notice a lot of these references. You'll get them. Like, they come out with new cards and stuff all the time. So here's the trailer for it. You can drop Elon Musk and blow people up. He's like a legendary in this game. Generally, it's like AI artwork. Look, the interface is exactly like Hearthstone, but the magic system or the mana system is similar to Hearthstone. But unlike most video games, you can actually earn money while you play it a few different ways. One is being a top player, like top 60, and another one is just play during certain times, and they'll pay you in their token, RST, which I imagine you can sell on an exchange somewhere, or just use it to buy more in-game stuff for any of their games. So this company, Rainy, they're making a bunch of games. And so RST token is the currency within all of their games. So you can earn it through tournament play, playing during certain hours. You can also earn it just by having certain cards, like collectible cards, which I don't have any of those, but they function similar to like NFTs and accrue value because they're so hard to get. But yeah, their player base is exploding. I've been playing for, 3 or 4 days now, and I'm already in the top 100 something. Because there's only like 1,500 players right now, but it's growing more and more every day, and it's harder to keep my rank up. I'm trying to get into the top 60 so they can start paying me to play, but regardless, I'm having a great time playing this little game. By comparison, I've been a legend player in Hearthstone every month for nearly 7 years in a row. And I haven't made a penny playing that game. I won a few tournaments, but I just played Hearthstone at the high level because I enjoyed it. And this game feels like early Hearthstone, but better. And it's got crypto-y stuff, and I laugh and enjoy it. So my finishing combo right now is I play SBF, and whenever something on the board is frozen, he does 2 random damage to it. And then I play Charles Hoskinson, and he bores my opponent to death with 2 years of no price action. So, I'm enjoying it. Lords of the Light. You can go to rtlol.com, I believe it is. rtlol. Yeah, this is it right here. And it's either free to play, or you can connect your MetaMask wallet to it and buy stuff in the game. They are working on making it so you can just use a regular credit card like any other game. You can either invest money or time or both, and you can win. Right off the bat, they give you access to, there's like a dozen pre-built decks. You're allowed to use 2 for free. I picked the blue one. I like that one a lot. And it's gotten me up to, like I said, top 100 rank without even theoretically buying anything. You could just use one of those theme decks and get good at it. You will run into guys who spent serious money, and they'll smash you with better cards. So eventually you do probably have to put a lot of time or money into it if you want to reach the top levels. Yeah, here's the SBF card. I use this all the time. Lords of the Light, man. I'm impressed with them. I like these guys. They're working harder and harder on this game. They're expanding it, adding new stuff to it. Again, thanks Crypto Face for bringing me in on this one. I'm super excited to play this. And I think I'm going to play it right now. So, keep at it. If you got some Bitcoin, you're sitting on some, you're great. You're good to go. If you want to buy some, it's never a bad time to buy Bitcoin as long as you plan on holding it for a while. Ethereum, It looks like the sun will be shining on them. We got another $1,000 to go till we reach the all-time high to match Bitcoin's pace, which it usually does. I'm then looking at the blue chip altcoins like AVAX, Chainlink, Solana, Render coming up the rear here. Render's awesome. It's got the AI narrative behind it. And then after that, just kind of dick around with whatever you personally enjoy. I've been trading on LevX and doing okay. But holding spot is better on average than trading right now. I mean, unless you're a real pro. I have my spot wallet and my trading wallet, and damn, for the first time in a long time, my spot wallet is actually better than my trading wallet. Because spot is just going up, where trades are they can be 50-50 sometimes. So, looking really good for us in the crypto space. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. If you got a coin you want me to look at, I'm interested. But where are we going on Bitcoin's weekly? Oh yeah, I mean, come on. We should see it calm down a little bit, but this monthly candle is ridiculous. Is this going to be a big... even if we pull back, dude, let's say we have a nasty pullback to 55 or something thousand. That would just make this a cup and handle. But boom. So my heavens. I'm excited, guys. We've been waiting for this, and it's just starting. Have a great day.